This Carmelo Anthony situation is getting more and more disgusting by the day. As you guys know, certain portions of the black community have been throwing money at Carmelo Anthony left and right like he's some sort of big booty stripper because they are proud of him. They are proud that he killed a young white kid. And now they have raised hundreds of thousands of dollars. But this money is supposed to be used for Carmelo's legal defense. This money is supposed to be used for lawyers once this case goes to trial. But instead, Carmelo Anthony's family is already burning through this money. Now, once I saw all of this money being raised, I made a joke saying that I hope that Carmelo Anthony's family doesn't pull a Black Lives Matter. I said that I hope they don't use this money to buy a mansion or something like the BLM founders did. Well, guess what? After making that joke the very next day, news broke that Carmelo Anthony's family just moved into a new $900,000 house. And then once they did that, I made a joke. I said, what's next? Are they going to buy an Escalade and put it on 26s? Well, I wake up this morning and what do I see? The news is breaking everywhere that Carmelo Anthony's family just bought a $150,000 Cadillac Escalade. You literally cannot make this stuff up. Now, I've been looking into the situation. I can't confirm for a fact if this car is an Escalade yet or not. But neighbors who live next to this new house that Carmelo's family just moved into, they've already been talking. And they've already been talking about that new car sitting in the driveway that doesn't even have a license plate yet. So yeah, Carmelo Anthony's family, they're burning through hundreds of thousands of dollars. Hundreds of thousands of dollars that was raised for lawyer fees. Now, as I explained to you guys before, Carmelo's family did not have to post bail. They did not have to pay a single dollar because someone else paid the bail for them. And I wouldn't be surprised if they don't have to pay a single dollar for their legal defense. Because it's clear what's going on here. They're trying to shape Carmelo Anthony into the next saint. I wouldn't be surprised if they put up a statue of this kid sometime soon. But as of right now, the family's just burning through the money. You know, I called the house. They bought the house. I made a joke about the Escalade. They got the Escalade. Now, all that's left is for them to buy, like, I don't know, 500 pairs of Jordans. And then maybe Carmelo Anthony will make a mixtape or something like that. That's where this is headed next, right? That's clearly the next step. Everyone gets new Jordans, and Carmelo, you got to go record this mixtape so you could brag about how you killed Austin. And I say that not even joking. Like, I'm being dead serious. I do see that somewhere down the line in the future. As far as the mixtape goes. The Jordans, that was their first purchase. Before they got the house or the car, everyone in that family got new shoes. So they are living it up. They're living it up because their son just raised all of this money because he killed a young, innocent, unarmed, white kid at a track meet. And as disgusting as this is, as angry as it makes me, and yeah, you should be disgusted. You should be angry. If this does not make your blood boil, then something's wrong with you. But as disgusting as this is, as angry as this makes me, I am happy. I am happy that Carmelo Anthony's family is doing this. They're showing their ass. They're showing the world that they are complete scumbags. They are showing the world what type of people they are. They are proving all of the stereotypes right now. Of course, Carmelo's supporters, they don't care. Carmelo's supporters come from a culture of nonstop violence and death, and They don't care if this money gets used for new sneakers and Cadillacs. They don't care about any of this behavior because they excuse this behavior and they display this behavior themselves. So I don't expect any of Karmelo Anthony's supporters to be upset by any of this. But decent people with half a brain, they're looking at this situation. They're looking how Karmelo Anthony's family has handled this, getting the new house, the new car, and they should be disgusted. Because this story, if it has done nothing else, yeah, it's divided people, but this story has served as a huge wake-up call, okay? This story has been a slap in the face, a splash of water in the face of every white parent, Asian parent, Latino parent, Indian parent, you name it. Because everyone's looking at this situation and they're realizing, hey, my kid could be next. My kid could be next. These people will kill my child. Then they'll spread lies about my child. And then when I defend my child, they'll label me a racist. And then they'll send threats. Then they'll raise money, buy new houses, buy new Cadillacs, and at the end of the day, they'll drop a mixtape. Everyone is watching this situation playing out, and they're understanding that, hey, this can happen to you. And if it does, the same people who are rallying around Karmelo, they'll rally around your son or your daughter's killer. So, as disgusting as this is, allow this to be a wake-up call. Learn something from this situation. Look at the behavior put on display here. Look at what these people are saying that support Karmelo and take a mental note of it. And understand that this is how the world works. This is how the world is. It's not La La Land. It's not a picnic. This is how these people feel for real. And these people are around you every single day. And in their mind and in their heart, they're harboring this hatred for you. They have this chip on their shoulder. And they would love nothing more than to see you dead so they can celebrate, raise a bunch of money, buy some new shoes and an Escalade. But I was looking at the people who have been donating to Karmelo. And I've been reading some of the comments that they've been leaving behind with their donations. And it's just, when you look at this, you lose hope. Because there's no fixing this. There's no fixing this mentality. There's no fixing these people who are supporting Karmelo. They're too far gone. I want to read just a couple of comments. There's thousands. I'm just going to read 3 or 4. When I was Karmelo's age, I would have had to get up and not say a word. God bless this young man. Now, one thing I've really noticed about Karmelo's supporters is most of them cannot spell his name. Most of them have a hard time spelling in general. So you will see it all throughout these donations. Like 75% of the people donating cannot spell his name for the life of them. But you see here, they're trying to compare Karmelo Anthony to freaking Rosa Parks. The famous civil rights activist Rosa Parks. She is just like Karmelo. Karmelo stabbing a white kid and killing him at a track meet. It's the same as Rosa Parks. That's who they're comparing Karmelo Anthony to. This is not a joke. This is not satire. This is real. This is how they really feel in their mind. You'll see it in the comments of this video. They think Karmelo and Rosa Parks are one and the same. And like I said, there's no fixing this. If you in your mind cannot form, if you cannot see the difference between Rosa Parks and Karmelo Anthony, then you're too far gone. There is no helping these people. But let's go forward because there's a lot more. You are not alone. You got us by your side. Black Lives Matter. Now, isn't it funny whenever I bring up Black Lives Matter in these videos, people freak out. This has nothing to do with Black Lives Matter. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. I know that BLM, they've changed their name. They're trying to lay low because they've been exposed as frauds. But Black Lives Matter has their hands all over this case. And if you look up throughout the comments, you'll see the Black Lives Matter hashtags everywhere. Where do you think a lot of this money is coming from? It's coming from them. But let's go forward. God bless this young man. He had to defend himself from a bunch of rednecks. So sorry this happened to you. May you be victorious in your defense, son. And it's like these people live in an alternate reality. Karmelo Anthony had to defend himself from a bunch of rednecks. Did you read the police report? I read the police report. Did you hear what some of the witnesses had to say? I have. Did you hear what Karmelo told police himself? I did. There was nothing, including a bunch of rednecks trying to attack Karmelo. This is the false narrative that these people often spread. Because they're capable of doing no wrong. They don't do nothing wrong. Everything is everyone else's fault. Oh, it's the bunch of rednecks' fault. What rednecks? What bunch of people? There was no group of people attacking Karmelo. It was one person who wasn't a redneck. It was one innocent young white kid who should still be here today, but isn't. Because unfortunately, Anthony comes from a culture of violence. Maybe it's a culture that his family tried to separate him from, but it's still there. It's still there in his heart, in his mind, in his body, spirit, and soul. And he put that on full display when he killed Austin, and he also put that on full display when he got out of jail. But yeah, this is the narrative that they're spreading in their mind. They're incapable of simply listening to the truth or understanding the truth. They rather form some type of wild, crazy scenario themselves about, oh, it's a gang of rednecks attacking Karmelo. This stuff is so ridiculous, but it's so widespread. But let's read another comment. Be strong, young man. You represent all of us in your encounter with these evil agendas. You were provoked and you stood your ground. You stood your ground. You stood your ground. Thank you. And be strong no matter the outcome. So apparently Karmelo now represents the entire black community and the struggles that they have against oppression. Karmelo represents them all. How ridiculous is this? You represent us all in these struggles with these evil agendas. What evil agenda? What evil agenda is there? And that's the mentality of these people. They can't register in their mind that Karmelo Anthony murdering this white kid was wrong. So it has to be an agenda. Oh, it's the white man's fault Karmelo had to go to jail. It's the white man's fault. It's the white man agenda. It's not because Karmelo Anthony is a violent thug criminal that murdered someone. No, it's the white man agenda, and he stood up to the agenda. As if Austin Metcalf had some sort of white supremacy agenda behind him when he was simply asking Karmelo to move. But that's how these people think. They think that everything is a giant, big conspiracy formed by the white man to go against them. You say, hey, you're sitting in the wrong place. How dare you say that? How dare you promote this evil white agenda? These weirdos think that rules, regulations, living in a high trust society, oh, it's all a big problem. It's all the white man conspiracy. These people are sick in the head. And the reason this mentality is so widespread is because no one confronts it. No one wants to talk about it. Everyone's afraid of being labeled something. I'm not afraid to be labeled anything. Call me every name in the book. But what you can't call me is stupid. And what you can't call me is scared to speak the truth, because I'm going to speak the truth. And a hit dog will holler. So if you're down there in my comments getting all sensitive about what I'm saying, it's because I'm hitting the target. It's because I'm over the target. If I wasn't, you guys wouldn't care. But I'm going to read just one more comment. This comment, I think, really represents this mentality that I'm talking about. And this comment was really simple. Eye for an eye. These people view the fact that Carmelo Anthony killed Austin, they view it as an eye for an eye. An eye for an eye for what? Now, this would be more understandable, let's say, if Austin killed one of Carmelo's friends in the past, and then Carmelo killed Austin, and then people say an eye for an eye. I'm not saying it's right, but it would make sense in that sort of scenario. But here we have one kid dead for no reason. This isn't an eye for an eye situation. But the way these people view it, who cares if a white kid gets murdered? It's an eye for an eye. Because this is what I learned about racism when I was in elementary school. When I was in elementary school, I learned this about racism. So, I learned this about slavery. So, I don't care when white kids get murdered. It's an eye for an eye. There's no fixing this. There's no solution to this. These people aren't going to wake up and change tomorrow. These people can't even spell Carmelo's name. Do you think that we're going to be able to get through to them with words? No. It's a lost cause. It's a lost hope. And that's why their communities are in the shape that their communities are in. Because this mentality, we see it being weaponized against white people right now with the Austin Metcalf case. But this mentality is usually weaponized against themselves. We're sitting here talking about Austin Metcalf today. And the people celebrating his death, the reality is they will be dealing with the senseless murders of 4 or 5 black kids in their community this week, next week. That's the reality. As they celebrate the senseless murder of Austin Metcalf, there will be hundreds of young black men murdered all across the United States by other black men just this week alone, and they will not say a single word about it. And the reason it's happening is because the exact mentality that you see here put on display in this case. Because the value for human life, it's gone. It's gone. They don't value their own lives. They don't value the kids' lives in their own community. And they're damn sure not going to value a white kid's life. But like I said, if nothing else, allow this story to slap you in the face and wake you up to the reality, because your kid could be next. But for now, you guys, let me know your thoughts about this down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all very soon in the next one.